Hello everybody, happy Saturday. I'm Jack, UI UX designer, illustrator, animator, donut connoisseur, which is fitting for today's stream because we're going to be working on the Society of Sprinkles again. I know it's been a while. This just popped into my head as one of the things I wanted to work on, so we're going to kind of revisit it today, and we're going to be working on this. We're going to see how it goes. I might end up just doing this as like a layout to see how it is, but I kind of wanted to do like combine this idea of a donut glossary with like our donut factions that we came up with to create like some kind of a design chart glossary type of thing. So I'm going to be working on that today. And we're going to try using the icons that we created, although I might have to make some more, and we'll have to see how those work out depending on the level of detail and what we kind of decide on this design should be size-wise. So I think I might start poster size. I'm not sure. I have to think about that. That's what we're working on today. So welcome in everybody. Odari's here, Biola's here. I don't think Corey will be here. Maybe in spirit. Corey's in DC for WordCamp this week for all the WordPress folks. Doing nerdy stuff. So I'm gonna switch over, doing code stuff. I'm gonna switch over to my screen so we can see what's up. Alright, so this probably looks pretty familiar to you. We left off actually, we created a couple of designs here which I'm going to put on a separate artboard for Odari actually in the chat to use for, Odari was going to use it for their cosplay. But I think I need to kind of separate that out. Ashraful, welcome to the stream. And I have thoughts. I always have thoughts. I'm wondering if we should like sort out this pattern thing, because we're gonna need to come up with a sort of like not only a layout but like an aesthetic for this glossary of donuts, and I don't know if I want to use the pattern in that So it's kind of like I'm going back and forth about whether or not I want to like deal with the pattern first, or if I want to just go right into it with the poster design. So Nick's here. Welcome, Nick. Nick and Odari are both mods. Go check out their stuff. I've got links to the mods, fun stuff in the description of this video. So, also sorry, my dog is like, Sage is coming to hang out with us today. So, all right. So, how's it going? We just got started, Nick. And maybe we don't go full like 24 by 36. Maybe we start smaller. I don't think we go 11 by 17. Maybe 18 by 24. And then we can decide from there. What do we think? What do we think about that? I know I'm using imperial units. Sorry to all of the metric folks. Handsome man. He is over there sleeping. Oh, by the way, it's National Dog Day, if you didn't know that. Also debated doing something dog themed, but decided that we did a lot of fun illustration stuff recently, so I didn't want to start another illustration project. I figured we'd do something more designy for today's stream. So I'm gonna just go ahead and start a new document. We're gonna make it a print document. I want to set it in inches, and we'll do, I have already forgotten what size. I said I was going to do 24 by 18 by 24. Alright. I don't know about you all, but I prefer vertical posters. Just personal preference. For some reason, my mind is always like a horizontal orientation. What's that? So, I don't know. I'm going to go with vertical for now. Although, doing a horizontal would give us some interesting options, depending on how we want to lay this out. So, okay, so I'm gonna go take a look back, actually, now, at the, we had a whole chart going, and I'm hoping I still have it in this file. I do have it in this file. I'm probably gonna want to grab this, so, and decide if this is kind of what we want to do in terms of our, structure, and if we want to add any kind of additional options here. So I'm actually going to ungroup this. Oh, Dari's going to love on his dog even more today. Yeah, it's National Dog Day. National Dog Day? National Dog Day. Every single pet online shopping service, vet, I've gotten emails from all of them today letting me know that it's International Dog Day. So it's not just it's international. So it's Dog Day for everybody. Worldwide Dog Day. Amit, welcome to the stream. As always, when I'm working through this, feel free to go ahead and ask me any questions about what I'm doing. If you have any questions, I'm just gonna kind of go through and figure out what the best structure of this is, because we kind of structured this in an interesting way, and I'm not 100% sure that this is the right way. I think we've got frosting factions, we've got pastry chapters. I think the pastry chapters need like sub chapters for cake, donuts, and yeast donuts, and we probably want to add a couple more options there. I'm not totally sure. I think we keep hundreds and thousands. I don't know. Let's think. So if we split this out, we would kind of have like yeast donuts. We can come up with a. Oh, we could actually just do... Okay, we'll use these as options. So I'm actually going to split this again. Like this. And we'll grab... This is just for layout purposes. So I'm not, like, being really precious. I just want to get an idea of how I want to do this. And beignets are raisin donuts. Mochi donuts, I think, technically are as well. Cinnamon rolls are sour cream. I'm gonna go over here. Slide this whole thing over. I think we need to do something, add another category or something here. Because I think jelly filled needs to kind of go over here. Same with the custard. We need to kind of split this up again. Grillers are actually raised donuts as well. So these are all yeast donuts. And these are all cake donuts. And I'm trying to think if there's any others that I would put over here. Happy Dog Day. Yep. Like, there's frosting factions, but there's also, like, filled donuts. Or, like, specialty donuts. Or, like, fancy donuts. So we'll need something for fancy donuts. And those would also probably include things like, here, I'm gonna pull this off because it's just getting too hard. Let's see what's happening. Ooh, not that. Pull this up here, make this white. So we can see it. Frosting factions. I don't know. Does there need to be like another? Let's see. I'm just gonna call it fancy for now. And we'll put in here like, we need something for fritter. We also need something for, well, cinnamon roll could technically go over here as well. So I'm gonna do that. We need something for bear claw. I'm gonna label these a different color because I don't have, these aren't like set names. So I can kind of think of names for them. Donut hierarchy is complex, I believe, is what we're kind of arriving at. And then frosting, let's also do a couple down here for like, what am I trying to think of? Obviously, like sprinkles of some kind. And we'll do like a... Gosh, I don't know. What would you call, like, all of that stuff kind of together? Sprinkles, like candy pieces, all of that stuff. Powdered sugar. Powdered sugar is another one. Maybe this is another category as well for like toppings. Let's make sure all of this is kind of like aligned here. Don't mind me, just kind of trying to keep things organized. I had a thought. Should we do croissants? Croissant donuts kind of throw things for a loop because they're not like, oh, we'll just do like croissant donuts and see. Done in maybe in fancy. I don't know. The struggle is real. I'm trying to figure out how to organize this. Mini M&Ms, crushed Oreos, yeah. So like candy. I'm just gonna go a little bit more generic. Candy and cookies. I need like clever names for these too, so it could be possible that some of these could get combined and stuff. Hey Peter, welcome. These should be bold too because they're also categories. Right? This should probably be capitalized. The council of a baker's dozen should be capitalized. Proper name. So we got frosting, we got toppings, we got fancy, we got pay. Should fancy, see this is where it gets complicated for me. Should fancy donuts be a pastry chapter? I feel like maybe they should be a pastry chapter. Help me decide. Because in some cases they are, in some cases they aren't. Or maybe they should just kind of be their own thing. I'm not really sure. You know, it's, it could go either way. And then, are there any other, like, very specific cake donuts? I feel like chocolate cake, blueberry cake, but those are very, like, cake donuts and sour cream donuts are kind of like two different things, but they use a similar kind of method. Complicated. Complicated, you guys. This is complicated. I don't know. I don't know. Emmanuel saying, wow, welcome. Oh yeah, punchkis from Peter. I love the punchkis. Peter's asking what's the question. So, for those of you that are maybe just joining, we've been working on this Society of Sprinkles for a long time. Sort of like a personal branding project for me because I love donuts. And so this is the logo. It's come a long way. It was a whole, you can go back and see past streams. It was a huge project, huge undertaking. And so we made all these cute little like icons for all the different factions at one point. So if I scroll up here, you can see these are all the icons that I ended up making. And I thought it would be kind of fun, a fun idea. They're a little small, right? Like they end up being really fun little accents. Thought this would be cool to have like Society of Sprinkles members could have you know, like their own like a logo with like their faction or, you know. Anyways, it's this whole like tongue-in-cheek brand. It's kind of got like a secret society occult feel to it, right? With the like Ouroboros imagery, the infinity symbol, and the like dripping glaze, kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of like humorous, but also, I don't know. It's my brand, my vibe. I like this. So, anyways, we put this together a while ago, and then we created this little like fun character as like a mascot or a secondary brand element. A lot of love went into this project and a lot of sketches. So this is just like a handful of sketches. I mean, we can go back in time and see a lot more. concepts. But I thought it would be fun to take all of these factions, because we put a lot of time and effort into coming up with all of these, and, like, making all the icons for them. I wanted to make, like, a chart, or like a, I don't know what to call this. The design is sort of like, what it is kind of vague in my mind still, but like, some kind of like a design, because the chat all came up with like this organization. It was a lot of fun, and so I thought it would be cool to have like some kind of a design, a poster or something that like showed all of the factions and everything, and I figured we could kind of use these icons as a starting point and kind of like get everything kind of laid out and see if we need like more elaborate icons, or we need like actual illustrations or something like that. So this is my brain trying to break something, the thing that we have created right now, which is very straightforward. This was just kind of like a starting point, right? Now that we're here though, how do we make it into an actual like full representation of like donut, like scientific naming or something like that, you know what I mean? Like when you think about like the anatomy of a donut, like how do you break that down into this like fun organizational structure where you've got different like, you know, you've got the things that you like, you know, you can be a member of the custard club if you like Boston cream. Anyways, so I'm trying to like wrap my head around how we organize this to contain all of these different elements, and the orange are things that need new names, or they didn't exist before now, and I'm just kind of like adding them in to kind of fill out the whole, like I said, the whole anatomy of a donut, chart, glossary, whatever you want to call it. So we've got, since we started with pastry, we had the pastry chapters before, we had the frosting factions, we split the pastry chapters into two separate. We've got the Risen Republic, which are all the yeast risen donuts. We've got the Commonwealth of Cake, which are all the cake donuts. They don't have yeast. Those are things like chocolate cake, blueberry cake. If you ever had a cake donut, it's got like a denser, different texture to it because it doesn't have yeast added to it. And we've got the Fellowship of Sour Cream Donuts is the only one we have kind of underneath there right now, because that's the only kind of like category. But beignets are also yeast risen, mochi donuts are also yeast risen, curlers are also yeast risen. So if anybody can think of any like specific, very specific donuts, I can add them under there. And then we've got frosting factions, glaze, icing, honey. If anybody has any other types of frosting, and what I mean by that are like they have to have like different ingredients, right? There are obviously different types of icing. I don't want to get like too in the weeds of that though, you know what I mean? And then we've got these two that I'm adding in here. So we've got toppings. We do have individual members are referred to as hundreds and thousands, but I don't know how that's gonna fit into this yet. Maybe. But we have toppings, we have sprinkles, powdered sugar, candy, and cookies. I'm just trying to kind of like brainstorm the different categories that we need, and then once we kind of figure that out, it gives me a better sense for like how we can play with the layout, but also figure out what things we need to do icons for potentially, and also I just want to cover the gamut of donut things. So we've got fancy, and I'm trying to decide if fancy should go like under. Is fancy a pastry chapter, or is fancy something different? Because some of these, like the croissant, which I spelled wrong, croissant donuts, could be technically, I suppose, like a type of pastry. I think I've spelled croissant wrong. Sorry, I got distracted. Let me just type I think it has, does it have an I in it somewhere? It does. Croissant. So croissant donut's a fried croissant, essentially. So, welcome, Sita. Yeah, Bismarck, Cruller, Bear Claw. We have Cruller. Cult of Crullers are over here. We have Filled. We have Jelly Filled. We have Custard Club. We don't have any other. Oh yeah, Punchkis is the other one I wanted to add. Punchkis would actually be another specialty, or fancy, actually. And this is where it gets difficult in my head because, oh no, I'm gonna spell this wrong. Oh, I actually got close. I just switched the Z and the C. Come on. Punch key. Yeah, and then Peter said like Long John. I don't know how to handle shapes of donuts either, right? Because you've got like shapes as well, which could be like donut holes, Long John. You see why this could be an exercise. Long John, you've got donut holes. I would argue that a bear claw could be a shape then, because bear claws can technically have different flavors. They're not just cinnamon. They could be cinnamon, maple. Would a fritter then be a shape? Your head just exploded. I know! It's so complicated! What? Let's put croissants and punchkis over here. I'm gonna put cinnamon roll back under here. Cinnamon roll is technically a yeast-based dessert. I think punchkis are as well, but they're kind of different in that they have a higher ratio of butter. So tough. Yeah, they're yeast-based. Alright. Croissants are tricky, though, because croissants are not. You know? I'll have to make this one orange. Hang on a sec. This one's gonna be orange, because we don't. That one's not named. These all have names, so if anybody has any fancy like names for these, similar to how we've got the Cult of Crullers and stuff like that, let me know. Poor croissants. I guess they could be I mean, they're not really cake. I don't know. Maybe there's another category for this, and this isn't the actual category. There's like some other category that houses these. You know? I don't know. It's not as easy as it looks from the outset. Alright, let's do... This is gonna be not bold anymore. And I'm gonna just make this... just put category? Question mark? Because I don't know what to categorize this as. Category? And then... now instead of fancy, we do filled. Fillings. Toppings, and we've got shapes. Alright, this is... we're getting there now, right? We're getting there. Feels a little bit more... organized. And I know there's probably more toppings and things that you all are going to tell me I need to add, but... gosh, okay. If I can get the categories figured out, then we can kind of fill out the rest. Pastry chapters. Frosting. You know? I was probably saying, did you randomly create those categories? I mean, they were based on trying to take what we had already, which is over here. and expanding so that we could include more generic donuts. So like we have a pretty good set so far of like factions essentially, but you know, it doesn't include like I wanted to get like a little bit more general, I guess, speaking, to make it like a full anatomy of a donut, glossary of a donut, whatever we're ending up calling this. I felt like it needed to have more stuff, essentially. Before this made sense because we were just kind of like dealing with these factions and this is what we had come up with, but now I think it's time to kind of like, alright, what does this actually look like, and how does this work with like a more expanded quantity of stuff to kind of encompass more of the full profiterole? I don't know how to pronounce that. Yeah, choux pastry. Choux pastry is a whole nother thing that we could talk about, which might end up going over here. Which then we question the mochi donuts, because mochi donuts I think technically use choux pastry as well. Profiteroles. Okay. I'm gonna type this. I'm gonna put in pastry. Because they're made with that. And I think mochi donuts might as well. I need to double check. Although maybe not. No. Where's Corey when I need him? Corey's made mochi donuts, so he knows. But I think mochi might actually be... I think the so what I'm thinking for mochi donuts specifically is the kind that they sell at Mr. Donut. And I think Mr. Donut uses yeast in their donuts. I'm not 100% sure. Let me look up. Mochi Donut's Easter cake. Mochi donuts are not yeast donuts. Alright. Although I had them over here before. And so now I'm kind of... Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, they're good then. Alright, we'll put them over here. Okay. Alright. We're making progress on the organization. Let's go this way. Come on. Category name. Pastry chapters are split between these two. Frosting faction. Fillings, toppings, and shapes. I keep looking at shapes and wondering if there's another place it can go. Because I don't feel like it fits with, like... I feel like these two could be split into another category that has a breakdown, similar to the way that the pastry chapters do. Potentially. That's just kind of my initial thought. here. Like, do shapes go above? Do you think? Why is this not centering? There we go. Cinnamon twists. Oh, twist is a good shape. Or maybe it just kind of is here for now. I want to call this like extra bits. I don't think that's the right name though. Extra bits. For now it's fine. Then where does shapes fit in? It's tricky. Or maybe they're like their own category, I'm not sure. Can shapes do their own thing? They could be their own thing. They might have to be. I don't know that there's any way to kind of like fit it into like this overarching structure. It might just kind of be end up being an aside with their own kind of diagram or something, you know what I mean? That being said, I would like to have a name for this category. That we just have everything that isn't a yeast-raised donut under right now. They're not all cake donuts. What are they? You don't know, sorry. Donut Legend, yeah. I like that. Oh, gosh. I feel like I need to consult a baker. Like, how do you classify these? don't know. I don't know. What's everybody's favorite type of donut? I just looked up donut types, and the internet told me there are yeast donuts or there are cake donuts. Yeast donuts are made from dough leavened with yeast, whereas cake donuts are made with a cake batter that uses a chemical leavener such as baking powder or baking soda. And I don't think croissants use any kind of leavener. Now I'm looking up for croissants recipe. Might just have to be cake and not cake. Oh, they are yeast. Alright, well, who knew? Alright, you're going back over here. And I think this side is gonna just be the Commonwealth of Cake. Because they're technically all cake donuts. The more you know. We all learned something today. I've never made croissants, so... Alright. Cake, frozen, frosting. Extra bits? Bliss. Oh yeah, cider donuts. That's a good one. I don't know where that would end up being. Bliss is on mobile, so forgive me if I don't shout people out. Shout. See, mobile's most important. Bliss, welcome. Bliss is also a mod, so I've got links to Bliss's Behance in the description. If you want to go check out what Bliss is up to, how you been, Bliss? How's the mobile experience? Some people were having some trouble with it, so let me know. We will add, I'm gonna put under toppings. See, it's so tricky. See, chocolate can be a topping, but it can also be, I'm tempted to put it kind of like in frosting? Chocolate? I'm gonna put it there. And then this, the cinnamon cider donuts, that I'm not sure about. We can put cinnamon sugar down here. As an option. Cider donuts are technically pastry since the addition gets added to the dough. So I want to put it there. Or is it a filling? It's not really a filling because you don't really, I don't know. Will says it's a pain to type on mobile, can't see the stream, but that has always been. Oh no. I know there was an issue with like nothing working on mobile, so. Peter's going to happy hour. See y'all later. Thanks for hanging out, Peter. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with this for now. I don't remember if we came up with any other names. We might have at one point had more. Oh, we did. I'm just gonna pull this up. Names for stuff that I ended up not using. So let me take a look over here. No, maybe not. Oh, look, there was shoe pastry. How about that? Must have ended up not going. Bliss is saying, Jack, is it me or is your sound a little staticky? My sound should be better since I've got a new mic. I'll bring it closer to see if that helps. I was talking away from it, so that might be user error on my part. But if it's still staticky, let me know and I can try to see. It might just be a little bit louder now since I have the new mic, so I might need to pull it back a little bit. The volume wise. Dari's saying it sounds okay. Alright. It might, again, I don't know if it might be a mobile thing or if it's just... Alright, well that didn't help me very much, so I'm just gonna go back to my regular layers. Regular scheduled programming. Yeah, and I think individual members needs to be separate too, so we'll have two kind of separate things. I don't like it. I don't like having separate things, but... You know. I do kind of like the flow that we had originally, though. So, what I mean by that is, like, we started out with the Council of Baker's Dozen, right? So we can do something with that. And then it kind of branches out, and then it kind of comes back down. Like, the way that I have it kind of, like, come back to the individual members, kind of, like, at the bottom. I like that idea. So, I think I might keep that structure. And we can figure out where shapes goes in this. I'm sorry if this doesn't make any sense to you so far. I'm just kind of thinking on the fly how I want to, because this is not just like the structure. I'm also thinking about how the composition is going to be. We start with the Council of Baker's Dozen up here, and then we have the individual members. Maybe we can use that pattern down here, but where do you go? Where do you go? Donut shapes. Maybe it can just be kind of like a legend. This is tricky. I don't really want it to be an offshoot because I want it to be a part of... We're still kind of thinking of this as like an organizational structure, right? I don't know where it goes. I might have to just kind of like not have it. It's very tricky to kind of have a combination of like things that are obviously I want to have like as many donuts represented as I can, but I also want to have this like organization, the Council of Baker's Dozen, right? So how does that fit in? How does the shapes fit in to the chart? Where do they go? Alright, I'm gonna pull over my icons while everybody thinks on that. And I might need to make more now. I don't know, these actually might be pretty okay size-wise for all the stuff we have to include. What did I end up going with? Simplified. I can reuse probably some of these for certain elements. I think I will keep that. So like these could be for the sprinkles. You like the icons? Thanks, Bliss. We'll need to add a couple more for the ones that I've added today. So. And also come up with names. Do we like? I like extra bits. I think it's cute, but I don't think it works for like a faction or something like that. Extra bits. What's it called when you have like you're like a substitute or like a, you know what I mean? Standby? Not really, doesn't really have the same. You know what I mean? Like, addition. Frosting factions. I don't know, let's try looking up, like... Factions, chapters... What is that called? Like, organizational structure. Oh, detachments. Is there another word for it? Chapters. Yeah, so we have frosting factions, pastry chapters. We need like another one for the toppings. Company of extra bits. Kind of like that. I don't know. Chapters. I need, like, people that play D&D to answer these questions for me. Squads? Guilds? I mean, Sprinkle Squad definitely needs to be a thing. Although that gets tricky because the brand is Society of Sprinkles. But, you know. Maybe we'll just leave it hundreds and thousands. Maybe it can't be a topping because we have individual members already. Even though it is a topping. That's where it gets complicated. This is complicated, you guys. Difficult organization structure. To figure this out. Squad and guild. Guild of extra bits. What's this saying? Y'all really don't hear that scratchy sound like a record player. I can't hear it, so somebody else will have to chime in. I'm gonna say candy company. Cinnamon sugar company. Candy company? Says I hear it now. It might be my mouse. Since I have it just on my desk and not on a mouse pad. Let me try moving it. And see if that helps. And it's gone. Gosh, I don't know. I'll have to try and record something later and see if I can pinpoint it. I'll move my mouse back onto my mouse pad and see if that helps. I still hear it. I'm not sure if I can help. I kind of want further friends to be a thing. So that's what it's gonna be. I'll listen to it. Back to it. I'm gonna make these blue because I need to actually make icons for these. And I just want to be able to separate what I've got named versus what I need to make stuff for. Friends, I like that too. Yeah. I like that one. I'm not sure. Guild of Extras? Guild of Extra? Because it's extra? I don't know. If anybody has any suggestions for what we should call our guild of various toppings and fillings, let me know. Toppings. What do I call this one? Sounds like a theater crew. Yeah, I mean, you never know. These could all be their own thing, honestly. Like their own brands. We could do fraternity of fillings. thoughts? What do we do for topping? Sorry, my dog is barking. A fellowship of fillings. I like that better. Oh, we already have fellowship of sour cream donuts. Does that matter? Do we care if we duplicate things? Does it matter? Are we gonna be able to come up with enough things that we don't have to repeat? I don't know. Let's do cookie committee. I like that one. The ones with C are easier to come up with names for, I feel like. Put it in for now, you can change it later if you want. Yeah. Let's do cider companions. Again, C, the C. I'm just skipping around to all the ones that start with C. Supporters? Toppings? Team toppings? I don't know what's another word for, like, toppings. It's just, like... Let's do synonym toppings. Condiments. Relishes. I like relishes. Garnishes. Oh, I like that one. Garnishes. Definitely. Garnishes are definitely a word that the Guild of Extra would use. Barbara's here. Hey, Barbara. Welcome. This has really become like a brainstorming session, so I appreciate you all hanging out and contributing as I sort this out. I promise you that this is going to be a cool poster. You want to know something? We're already halfway through, and I thought I would be able to, like, knock this out, like, one stream. We'll just knock this out. We'll, like, get everything laid out, and then we'll figure it out from there. We're still in the brainstorming stage, though. So, Bliss has fancy. Yeah, I agree. It is fancy. What do you call that? What is a term that we can put with garnishes? Guild would have been perfect for this. Guild of garnishes. Honestly. I might have to switch it out and come up with something else for extra. I can't help it. I know. I'm sorry. Let's do that. And I don't know what to call this now. Something that starts with an E. I guess it doesn't have to be extra either. It can be something else. Bliss says, you're right, Jack. Guild of garnishes, yeah. Bliss is saying, if I disappear, I didn't make it to a charger in time before my phone passed out. Just letting you know. Oh no! Embellishments! Oh, you guys are so good. Embellishments is also good. Great. Let's do that. I don't know what to call it though. Well, we could do order of embellishments. We already have order of. Keep going back to things I've already used. I've changed my mind. No, I haven't. Candy Company Committee. Sugar. I don't know. Croissant's community. We can do community of croissants. Not like in love with that one. Ooh. Melissa's saying, can delights be in there like embellishment of delights? That's a good idea. I'm struggling. I'm struggling with that one because I want it to be very extra. And so, which takes me out of the like factions and chapters, but it might be kind of fun to do something a little bit different. I kind of just like embellishments of delights. I'm not even embellishments of delights is a good one. I kind of like it just as it is. I'm gonna put it in there for now. I feel like everybody's gonna want to be in the embellishments of delights. Like this is the cool. This is like everybody wants to be in the candy company and the cookie committee. Like that's the fun place to be. Empire croissants. Oh, that's good. I do like that one actually better. I think Empire fits. Empire of croissants. Fits better. Alright, we're making it. We're making our way through. What can I do with Boomchki? Oh, Umacorn's here. Welcome, Umacorn. Umacorn's another streamer here on Behance, so be sure to check out Umacorn's profile while you're here. Maybe we can do Punchki community. I feel like it fits. To be honest. Like the pronunciation and everything. Oh, Sage. Bliss says all the cool kids hang out in the embellishments of delights. It evokes frolicking. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh my gosh. I kind of love it though. It doesn't bother me. Well, now that we have gilded garnishes, I feel less like we need to have sprinkles in there. Because I want to kind of keep sprinkles to the individual members rather than as a garnish. So maybe this can be Cottage Sugar Squad instead. Alright, I'm pretty pleased with that. Now we need to figure out what to do with this chew pastry thing. Chew pastry partners? Chew pastry... I don't know. Oh, I didn't put something for chocolate either. Missed that one. Chew pastry. Association of chew pastry. Mocorn's saying this is so fun. Oh, chew pastry pairs. I kind of like that idea. We can save... I don't know how I feel about association of chocolate. But... maybe it works. You'll have to let me know what you think of that one. Yeah, everything I do ends up being ridiculously detailed Unicorn. It's just how it be. How it ends up being. Would chew pastry pandemonium be too over the top? No. The whole point of this is to be over the top. Nothing is too over the top. Pandemonium. Doesn't bother me. I like it. Evie's here. Evening sprinklers. Love that. Welcome, Evie. Alright, well, I'm happy with this. Although now it means I need to make at least double the amount of icons that we have. Oh, it never fails. It never fails. That's okay. It doesn't really bother me too much. I'll probably just use placeholders for now, as we figure out how to lay this out. Alright, let's pull this over here. So, like I said, I want to have something up here for the Council of a Baker's Dozen. It's gonna be like our main area. And then what we've got, we got like three, we'll need like 3 areas below. So I'll do like 3 sections. This may have to be a larger poster, honestly. Now that I see it. Because these are going to be split into 2, and these are going to be split into 2, and then I want something at the bottom for the hundreds and thousands. That's going to be wider, probably narrower. And leaving more room for that. I'm just kind of looking at how everything lays out right now. Where's my distribute options? Let's just open the align panel. There we go. Buff Pastry Pie, Schrauffel's got a whole bunch. Buff Pastry Pioneers, Eclair, Enigma, Pretzel Pact, Confectioner's Caravan. Ooh, I like that one too. We could use Confectioner's Sugar Caravan. Is that a powdered sugar? I don't know. Do you like powdered sugar? You like Eclair, Enigma. I'm wondering what that would fit under though. Maybe under here as a filling? Corey made it. Welcome. I'm surprised you're here. How's the conference, Corey? You can see that we've obviously expanded on the Society of Sprinkles has grown. They grew up so fast. Yeah, so all the blue is stuff that we added today, and it's all new stuff that I need to make icons for. But I'm doing this like I blocked it in, and I have a feeling we're gonna need to make a bigger poster. I don't think that my original whenever I did this 18 by 24 inches is gonna be enough to fit all of these icons and stuff on. We might have to go full large size poster to fit all these. So Bliss is saying, okay, my phone's about to give up the ghost. I will try again to get back. No worries, Bliss. Appreciate you joining. If it might, you know, it's already like almost 5:30, so you know. 24 by 36. We might have to go 24 by 36. I don't see how else we're gonna fit everything on here. It's gotten quite elaborate, so I think we're gonna make it larger, honestly. So, there we go. It's gonna give us a lot more room to fit more of these little icons on, because we basically have to double the amount of them. And mostly want to make this area here a lot wider if I can. Like as wide as I can. Pull this down. Be wider. I don't always do like I don't always block in my design like this. But when it's something like this, that's like really elaborate, or getting really elaborate, or like, I want to make sure that I have room for everything, and everything kind of like fits nicely. I might actually have to make this, let's see, 2, 3, 4. We've got very few frosting factions, so we might change this layout a bit. That might actually make space for our donut shapes, now that I think about it. So, let's try that. We could do, so we could split this again. Let's do that. Nope. Ungroup. And this could be our oddball. That's kind of like not connected. Right? So I'm gonna grab some of these here. And just kind of like place them over the boxes for now. So I can keep track of what's what. Some actions. These are going to be the individual members down here. Oop. Oh, the other thing I wanted to tell you about. I can't even show you now because I don't even have them anymore. I should have taken pictures. I met with Peristyle and we looked at the proofs from the printer for the coffee bags. And it seems like we have a pretty good idea of what we're going to be doing, so it shouldn't be too long now. There are a couple of things I want to just verify with the printer. Like they want to ask about metallic or foil printing, and a couple of like minor things. I think we're going to go with sticker labels instead of printing directly on the bag, so more to come on that, but I wanted to update you on the situation there. And then we're gonna have these too. And these have to fit split somehow underneath, which is gonna be tricky. Right? There we go. These need to go together. These need to go together. I'm just stacking them like this for now. As I figure out how to lay this out. We could do like a side type of a thing instead. I'll show you what I mean. So we could do something like this. Like these are split. There's like some kind of visual way. Right? To show a connection that goes, oh gosh. Come on. Your back dog needs meds. No worries. I know what that is like. My one dog Sam is on medication for seizures. Alright, so something like this, where they're connected like... It's like I did this upside down. Kind of. Like... More like a bulleted list, if that makes sense. Might make it easier to split it out. And then we could still do this donut legend / shapes concept, which I have not figured out the language for. This would probably be smaller though. We don't have a lot of either of those, to be honest. I have to think on this. Unless we add more to the frosting factions, but this is gonna be... These are pretty balanced in terms of the number on the two sides. It's just the middle area doesn't have as much content. Frosting Factions has the exact same number as the shapes. Which means we could make it thinner. And these can get wider. Oh, I only want to grab these sides. Let's grab this shape. No, come on. I'm gonna scale it from that side. There we go. I kind of like Donut Legend. Maybe we'll go with that. And then we could have these be, like maybe the donuts here like can be arranged like 2 column and these would just be 1 column. And that would maybe fit everything. We should probably save this. I have not saved this the whole time. So let's save this. We will save this as a cloud document. Call this Society of Sprinkles. Chart? Donut? Chart? Actions chart? We'll just go with that for now. It's fine. Living on the edge. Not intentionally. The alternative... Ojari's like, oh my god, save, Jack, save. The alternative is to do some kind of... Here, I'll show you. We could do an alternate layout. This is the other idea that I had. Oh no, we don't want to do that. We'll have to deal with those consequences. We'll put this over here for now. Duplicate this artboard. The other option would be to do something like this. Where instead of having the Council of the Baker's Dozen centered, we can have it placed off. And these two... Or this one. This could be like... Leave that. This legend could be up here. But then frosting factions would have to be like... This would be... These would be wider than... These could even be stacked side by side. Oh, now I'm just brainstorming how I can arrange these. I know, it's getting a bit messy now, but... SOS, save her stuff. That's good, Corey. Also, like, I love that you're, like, taking a break from socializing to socialize with us. Alright. Council of Bakers doesn't. There we go, there we go, there we go. And then we'd have to do, like, these would have to be shorter. And maybe, like, frosting factions ends up, like, in the middle. I'll show you what I mean. In a minute. Center this. Another option. Group this. Group. Make some groups. Oh, never mind. Okay, this didn't group. Corey's saying you can see my mic in the frame. Yeah, we had mic issues, Corey. I'll tell you all about it later. Oh, Katarina's here. Welcome, Katarina. We're playing with this. We're playing with layouts now, so we're really going full-on brainstorming for this session. We came up with this idea to do a design, a poster at this point we're kind of arrived at, for the different factions we made for the Society of Sprinkles. So basically I'm trying to make entirely self-indulgent, a design for all of the various chapters and factions that we made for the Council of a Baker's Dozen. So obviously we've expanded. If we go back here, you can see this is our original organizational structure. I wanted something that had a little bit more categories, a few more options to cover more donuts. So we came up with more. All the stuff in blue is what we came up with today. And those are all things that need to have new art. The donut legend here, this is orange because it's like a maybe. So with that being said, I then was looking at how I could lay these out. So this is kind of, the one on the left here, also this is kind of an overview. The one on the left here is more of a straight, sort of my initial, matches the chart that I have at the top the closest. So we've got the Council of Bakers Dozen, boop, boop, boop. The donut legend just kind of fits nice in here, and then we've got the individual members, so it has a nice flow to it. This one's a little bit different. I was trying to see if I could get, like, a better breakdown for these sections, so it's more of a horizontal layout. So the Council of Bakers Dozen and the donut legend end up being kind of at the top. And this block for the Council of a Baker's Dozen, that's just, I want to do some kind of, like, fancy, the brand can be up there, and it can be some kind of, like, fancy title or graphic or something at the top. And we've got the legend on the right this time, and then we've got the breakdown of the embellishments, of delights, and the pastry chapters, with the frosting factions kind of in the middle. We can actually probably go the other way. That probably makes more sense, doesn't it, in terms of how a donut is constructed? Here, we'll do this. You start with the pastry, and then you add the frosting, and then you add the embellishments. So, I think either one of these can work. This one's a little bit awkward with the donut legend. But this one is a little bit awkward in like terms of how these are stacked and arranged, so I'm not sure which one I prefer. So yeah, I don't know. I guess for those of you that were looking at like were asking for me to go over like infographics or something like that in the future, this is kind of like the compromise. Since this is kind of how I would go about this process. Figuring out how much space I need for the different elements, and then kind of blocking them in, and labeling them, of course, so that I can figure it out. And then, of course, taking into account that we already have some icons kind of established, so we can figure out what they kind of look like in the space. So I'll actually make a new layer here. I'm gonna copy these and put them on a separate layer. And delete some of this stuff here. I can just use my reference off to the side. We can start to lay these out and see how they look. Well, actually, we probably should keep the text for now. I don't know. Can't decide. Alright, so we've got... These are the frosting factions. So we'll move these out of the way. Right? Group that. Over here, they would be a different format. And I think I need one more, actually. 1, 2, 3, yeah, one more. This is purely for the sake of laying things out. Copy this one. Alright, so now we've got kind of... You can see how I'm gonna go about, like, laying this all out. Oh, Barbara's back. Welcome. So in this case, I might actually need a little bit more space for frosting factions, but it's fine for now. And then we're gonna have the... Alright, so pastry chapters are next. So we're gonna have the Risen Republic's gonna go... Oh no. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Let's pull this over here. Lock this again. Risen Republic. I'm actually gonna go with... Start here. Oh no, group that. And we're gonna have... Did I lose part? I lost something along the way. Oh, the Commonwealth of Cake. Okay. This is gonna be the Commonwealth of Cake. And then we're gonna have, under those, the Order of the Beignets, which I can't decide. One of them has a coffee cup, and one of them has the little side cup. I don't know. This one, obviously, you get more of the beignet, but this one, I kind of like the coffee cup. I kind of like the coffee cup. I think I'm going to go with the coffee cup. Yes, coffee cup. Okay. And then we've got the Krillers, which I have somewhere. There we go. Must not have like grouped these very well. Group. Group. Make sure everything's grouped. And then we have cinnamon rolls. I thought I had a cinnamon roll. I do. This is gonna go over here. Oh, I said I was gonna do a side by side here, like 2 and 2. I now have room. And 1, 2, 3. We got 3 more we need to fit on here. We do have a shorter number of the cake donuts though, so I think we can make that work. Try it. Let's try it. Oh, RB, I didn't even see you join. Welcome and goodbye. Okay. All those are in. What? Where did my cinnamon rolls go? Okay, they're there. I don't know why. Copy there. Oh, there's cinnamon rolls. Oh, because I didn't group it. Ah, so annoying. Make sure we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I'm just making. I have no. Hang on. 7. We need one more. We need one more. Oh, this is the donut song. Don't touch the donut or whatever. Perfect timing, Yoann. I think I do need to put these side by side though. Oh, what am I doing? I have plenty of room. I didn't move them over to begin with. Okay. If we do them side by side, obviously I'll need to shorten the names. Or, I mean, not shorten, but, like, break them to separate a second line. Do we like that better? Or should they all be single file? Because how many do we have in the Commonwealth of Cake? Well, so far we only have 1, 2, 3, 4. What happened there? The Mochi members are in the Commonwealth of Cake. Fellowship of Sour Cream Donuts are in the Commonwealth of Cake. These are all going to be over here. And then I'm going to put one of these for the sprinkles or something. I haven't used this one yet. I'll just leave it. I'll do... Actually, no. I'm changing my mind. Ungroup. No. Okay, hang on. I don't know which one of these I like better. I don't know. I'm gonna leave that now. Okay. 4 over here. Icons are not cute. Thanks. Oh, I don't know. I can't believe that I've made this 24 by 36 and I still have, like, obviously I need to adjust the size of everything, but, like, the size of the text and everything, but it still feels like it's gonna be very tight in the space. I made too many donuts, you guys. I want too many donuts on this. Oh. I don't know. This side could be slightly... Oh, I have a whole bunch of new ones I need to make for the embellishments of the lights. So I don't really have I'm not going to save any space. Narrower margins between columns or side scroll. I didn't want to do... I complained about how I don't like more horizontal posters at the beginning of this. So I don't want to do a horizontal poster. It's just my own personal bias. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I like vertical posters better. But we could try this layout. We could try forcing this to be two icons side by side all the way down. The smaller text would definitely help for each of the individuals. Yeah, narrow margins too. I don't know. This layout is going to be probably more conducive to having multiple side by side than this layout. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. It's a poster. Sorry, my mind went app. Yeah, it would be a fun app as well. Honestly, my own weird secret society app. I don't know what the point of it would be, honestly, unfortunately. You know? Oh, I don't know. We're almost the end of the stream, and I'm getting tired now, so I might need to just kind of like take a break and step away and come back to it with fresh eyes in a little bit. We could, I mean, this doesn't need to be that big, especially on this design, so I don't know. We can make this shorter. For sure. Don't want to do that. Problem is, I just don't think that I'm gonna have enough to fill the donut legend. Isn't gonna take up that much space, you know. So we'll have to come up with something else to put here or move things down. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll keep playing around with this, but I do think I'm gonna hop off now because I need a break from struggling with this. I started to tell you about how the hairstyle stuff went. So packaging is happening. We're gonna do bags separate and separate sticker labels. We got the printer proofs back. They look great. I think we're gonna move forward with 3 different size bags in 3 different colors. So what is that? 3 times 3 is 9. So there'll be 9 different bag designs in total. We also talked about I need to set up a meeting with the box vendor and figure out what options we have there. And business cards are the other thing. So I had gone back and forth actually about whether or not today I would do work on business card designs for Peristyle, and whether or not that would actually occupy the full time or whether or not that would be interesting. So I may or may not work on that tomorrow. You'll have to let me know if you would find that stream interesting. Or we can work on this. Continue working on this tomorrow. But I do need to work on Peristyle business cards, as well as I think I need to make some alterations to the... I'll need to make sticker designs for the sticker labels instead of being words are hard right now. I'm trying to get to the email conversation. Oh, business cards, separate label, stickers. I think those are the main things. There's a couple there's little things I need to do, but those are the two big things. So we could work on that also tomorrow if you want, because that's just kind of stuff that I need to work on, selfishly. Katarina's in both sounds fun. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, we'll see. There's a lot of different directions that the business cards could go. Although I don't think they'll be particularly difficult or time consuming to put together, since we have the brand already established, and we already know that they want to do the black and gold, so we also have that kind of already figured out. But I don't know. Yeah, let me know. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Umacorn, Barbara, Katarina, Odari, Bliss, Corey, Nick. I'll go down the whole line here. Let me just switch my screen. I will investigate the audio issue after this, after the replay posts. It could take until tomorrow, though, to kind of actually get fully processed and posted to Behance. Well, I could check it on YouTube and see if I could troubleshoot that audio issue that was coming through. So, yeah, I don't think Bliss is here. I think Bliss's phone died. But, anyways, everybody be sure to go follow check out all the stuff from the mods. I've got links to all the moderators ended up being here today. I actually had no idea who was gonna show up because I totally missed last week's stream. I don't even know what happened. I've been so busy lately, you guys. But yeah, I mean, busy's good, but also it's just, yeah. So Corey, Nick, Bliss, Odari, I've got links to everything that they do in the description below the video. Corey's Scar of Time, Nick's Magnum Opus, music, Bliss and Odari's Behance pages. But also thanks to, we had Umacorn as well. Umacorn's a streamer on Behance, so be sure to follow all of the streamers we have in the chat. RB streams on Discord. Katarina occasionally streams on Discord as well, so be sure to follow them. And because they're just great people in general. And thank you to everybody else: Amit, Ashrafal, Barbara, Biola, Bliss, Corey, Emmanuel, Graphic Bro, Katarina, Nico, Dari, Peter. Thank you so much, Peter. Thank you. I know you've already left already. If you watch the replay, I appreciate that you come to these streams and you always have like really great ideas. I love that you I love the suggestions, so keep them coming. RB and then Sita too. Sita has been a reoccurring coming and hanging out with me on the weekends, so appreciate you, as well as Evie, Umacorn. Always enjoy the regular Behance fam jam, so nice to see you all. Barbara as well. Yeah, and always, as always, if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, ideas, whatever, feel free to either throw them in the chat or you can just message me on social. My social links should be popping up on the lower, I think they're on the lower left for you. Yeah, there they are. I always point the wrong way. If you ever want to get a hold of me, that's where you can find all of my social links. And then I think Corey shared the link to, or the info about subscribing as well. I have a whole bunch of projects started to load up into Behance, including subscriber projects. I just haven't hit publish yet, and that's on me, guys. I need to hit publish. But I had got all that. I got a bunch of stuff done last weekend, and I never actually got it published. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, and Corey will be back tomorrow. So here in person. You won't see him on stream though, but he'll be back. So from WordCamp. Alright, well, I'll see you all tomorrow. Same time, same place here on my Behance. So, yeah. Bye, everyone!